La leche. Parity, not patriarchy. Past, present, futures. Here's we are again, the Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General's Co-Savior's. That's what we like to call ourselves and use, all of us, everyone's. But in order to connect our names and purposes to other archetypal languagings of hers and histories on this our homes and all our planets, past, present, futures, we also call ourselves other names, such as archetypally, ever young goddesses and gods. Now, does that mean we're trying to become a pantheon above others? No, of course not. What we are delivering is divine democracies, so that all of the Annies and alls and alls and Annies, the Elohas and Elohims, the circles and airways, females and males can be reunited again, back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact. Does that in any way suggest that we're trying to usurp the ever-lovings, ever-livings, authorities, and powers of the one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe? No, of course not. There is only one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe, ever-present in all creations and all sustainings, including us and all that we knows and all that we have ever known and shall ever known, back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact, past, present, futures, reparatively as divine feminines, and reparatively as divine feminines, and masculines equally with the eyes in it, and that it was all our families and communities and all the flora and fauna that Goddess God has given us to go towards and appreciates. And so he says, Namaste, divines within us, greets the divines within yous and alls. And he says, Bikotuya Oyasin, Bikotuya Koseverals. We are all related. We are Annies and alls and Annies related, and everyone's, and therefore we cans and shells and cans come together again, back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact. He also says the lights within us, greets the lights within yous and alls, Council Pax, Baval, Chaim, Shalom, Sol, Pache, Mir, Merci, Daganach, Ubuntu, traveling back and forth in circles, all the times of mitochondrial leaves for all of the divine feminine civilizations and all of the divine feminine and divine masculines, equally, friendlies, and beloved civilizations and lovings and livings. So we also therefore calls ourselves other names such as co-white calf buffalo women, co-changing women, co-Iroquois, goddess clan mothers, that is also especially equally sister casinas and co-cousin brothers of the clans and gens. We call ourselves co-sky women's, co-earth women's, co-spider women's, co-kachinas and cochinas, and we call ourselves kachinas. We call ourselves Kodagana, Ko-Kalki, Ko-Amari, Ko-Avashkastros, Ko-Nyins Buddhas, Ko-Zashans, and Couszmic Chrisztsz. And did I say Orvicious and Yemayas? But that at the beginning. And Couszmic Chrisztsz. Now don't let the word Christ intimidate you. The word Christ in ancient languages simply used translates to anointed. Anointed to do what? Greatest kindness and wisdom reunited back and forth in circles times, not cosmically, for heavens on this all earth. And so, therefore we call ourselves other names such as co-Estelarianles and co-Easterarianles. That is co-Aesterarianles and co-Easterarianles, because we are combining the messages of Shushan, that is 50-50 promise fulfilled and delivered, with that of the Galilee, that is the Magdalens and Nazarenes equally, all the females reparatively, and all the females and males reparatively with the eye in it equally. And we also connecting them, of course, to their ancient heritages, especially of Atlantis, the Magellan era, of Atlantis, of Thrace, of Ubuntu's back and forth in circles times, to mitochondrial leaves, and befores and afters, of the Vedics, and the Druidics and Moors, of all the divine feminine families and egalitarian civilizations, so that we can become always reborn nativities, holiest nativities, and always risen's young adult springs, so that we are the very real stargates, Atlantis, and all holy lands and sacred earths risens on this and all our planets, and the last that shall be first go first teams, very real Stargate and Star Trek put together for parity beast cultures on this and all our planets. Now, it sounds like a daunting task to currently to open the Stargates and the Akashic records for reborns and risen's humanities, but actually it's easily accomplished via the new millennial golden rule, which you can read at 5050now.wordpress.com, and just next to it, read the 11 steps for easily accomplished strategies for making us and thus so's. And you'll also see a page on the website called Among the Representatives. You, use, and use, because use too, Kens and Shells and Kens becomes with us. Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General's COCHRISTTS. The only issues we have been concerned about is whether we'd be silly and stupid enough to lose our incarnations, lose this planet, and have to come back again from some other place in the universe and do this again. There, according to our doings, good and not so good karmically, but we actually at least we cans and shells and cans accomplish this from here's nows on this and all our planets. And we can see some of our names. We can see all of them there. We can see all of our. We can see some of them. We represent our family trees and yours too, with picture frames representing you. And we start first, go first genealogically with our great and grandmothers. First go first, and then all the Shekinahs of our families, all the females of all the generations, and then especially as equally all of our younger generations of Elohas and Elohims, Elohim and Elohims, females and males. Equally essential for opening strikers and the Akashic records and very beloveds and so we're very most beloveds, and so we also, because that's generational responsibilities, and so we also say, look at our names, we can say all of them, we'll say some of them. There you can read more. We have you're going to say and Queen Esther and all the Iroquois, Iroquois, Goddess Clan mothers, and Sister Cousinas and cousin brothers. We have all of the, and so that includes, of course, you're going to say and Queen Esther. More recently, Virginia, Lydia Costanza and Barbara Herschel's, and especially currently Virginia's and Lydia volunteering New Times. And then we also have, of course, our co-white calf Papa, and we have equals Myrtle Rosemary of Pearl, and especially Ma Patricia Sunflowers, and equals Martha's, Myrtles, and Sophie's, and Emily Cindy Crickets, and Loras, Emily Cindy Crickets, Loras, Lilies, and Loras. We have our Light families, our Bonnies and Sylvia's, and lots more there. We have our Ubuntu's families. We have Rochelle Reyes, and Aunts and Josephine's, and Elaine and Gayalas, and Goggies, and we have, of course, our Estelarians, our Estelarian families, Hannah's and Ellen's, lots more there. And of course, nearest and dearest to our prayers and our hearts are intertwining Magdalenes and Nazarenes, that is, our Venusians and Marians, and that's Estrella and Libertia and Estrella, and equally especially says Harriet, and Radiant Frey, and as Harriet, and traveling back and forth in circles times, Clara, Jubilant Jack, and Precious and Trinette, Risen Rose, Grandma Marie, Grandma Papa, Grandma Annette, all the Grace Restorers, Grandma Dorothy's, teaching and learnings, all the Wizardesses and Wizardesses of Oz, that we all are connected with Ellen and Leonie and Jenny of the Gaia families, and Rachel and Rachel Chaya of the Stargaze families, and especially equally our generations of females. We have our Esther's, Rachel's, and Anne-Marie's, and Julia Marie's equalies, and Dia's Divines, and Jenny's, and Barbara's, and lots more there. And our youngest generations, especially, we have our April's, our Rose's, our Changelines, all specifically with the edicts. We have some of our Swatties, Station and Societies, our Lighting Lees, especially near and dearest to our hearts. We have our Vanessa Salia, and Harlan Smith as well, so the activities, and especially equally Hadas, and Grandma, and Leon Ross, and Ben Shannon John, and Blessed Bows, and more as our comings, very, always Estelarianlies, always Eastelarianlies, Eastelarianlies, always all relatedlies, students, Parity, not patriarchy, past, present, futures, ever east, blessings.